Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Off Campus. In this video, we are going to see some important problems, previous year gate problems, and also used for the upcoming exams like TNEB Assistant Engineer and TRB Polytechnic Lecturer exam. So these problems are taken mainly from the most repeated and most important questions, okay, in control system. Okay, previously we have posted many videos under control system and other subject as well. If you haven't seen those videos still, kindly check with the playlist. Okay, so before going into the video, kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and then click on the red color subscribe button. Then one bell icon will come. Click on the bell icon also. Then only you will receive notification whenever we upload videos. Okay, let's go into the video. A unity negative feedback closed loop system has a plant with the transfer function g of s is equal to 1 by s squared plus 2s plus 2 and a controller gc of s in the feed forward path. For a unit step input, the transfer function of the controller that gives minimum steady state error is. So what is given? G of s transfer function is given and it is also feed forward path, means in cascade connection is connected one more controller gc of s, one more transfer function also connected with that, this block. Then the transfer function of the controller, that gives minimum steady state error. So which transfer function will give minimum steady state error when we connected with this transfer function? So we need to identify from the options which transfer function will give minimum steady state error. So from the options only we will be able to find out. First we'll see options and what is given, r of s and this is y of s. So transfer function g of s that is connected with the gc of s, controller is connected with the feed forward path, and what is given, what else, unity negative feedback. So this is plus minus unity negative feedback means h of s is equal to 1. So this one. So for a second order, what is the first? We'll need steady state error. What is the formula for steady state error for a second order unit step? So unit step input only given now, see from the here for a unit step input, what is the steady state error formula is nothing but ESS is equal to 1 by 1 plus Kp. So this is the formula for second order unit step input. ESS equal to 1 by 1 plus Kp. What is Kp? Kp is nothing but positional error coefficient. Positional error coefficient Kp. What is the formula? Limit s tends to 0, g of s into h of s. So here two blocks are connected in a controller and the given transfer. So gc of s into g of s into gc of s into h of s. So first we will see, find out the positional error coefficient, then substitute here and we'll see from four different options we are going to find out for each and every. So first we'll take gc of s as this one, then take option B, C and G as well one by one. Then we'll find out Kp. From that Kp you can substitute in this formula, find out the steady state error and we'll compare with the all values. We'll see which will give us for minimum steady state error. So this is the formula, g of s into gc of s into h of s. So first limit s tends to 0, gc of s into g of s. So h of s we know, unity feedback no. So when we substituting h of s as 1, we will get simply gc of s into g of s. So we'll simplify further. How can we simplify? We know g of s is common for all this. Okay. So first substitute g of s value, limit s tends to 0, g of s value will find out because that is common. So no need to substitute for each and every option again and again that g of s. So we'll simplify and then substitute the constant itself. Okay, to simplify our process only. Okay, limit s tends to 0, g of s, the given transfer function in the problem, see this one, 1 by s squared plus 2s plus 2. So substitute s tends to 0. So this and this get cancelled, obviously 2. G of s is equal to 1 by 2. 1 divided by 2. So just substitute 1 by 2. So what now we are getting Kp. Kp is nothing but, okay, 1 second guys. Okay. Kp is equal to limit s tends to 0 half into Gc of s. So from the options, option A, Gc of s given us s plus 1 by s plus 2. So we are going to substitute 1 by 1. So is equal to, so now substitute s tends to 0 here. Whenever substituting s tends to 0, we will get 1 by 2. So what we will get, 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, already g of s value is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 4 for option A. Then option B. Option B is limit s tends to 0, this one. For this one, substituting what we will get, 2. Already 1 by 2 here, 1 by 2 into 2, Kp is 1. For limit, for option C, this one, thus substitute what we will get, 1 by 4, 4 by 6, 4 by 6 nothing but 2 by 3, already 1 by 2 g of s, multiply with that what we will get, 1 by 3. So then coming for fourth options, what is the fourth given control Gc of s option, 1 by, so I will write here for option 3, 1 plus 2 by s plus what is 3s. See, 1 by 2 by s plus 3s, okay, this one. So just substitute limit s tends to 0. Whenever substituting s tends to 0, what we will get, anything by 0 we will get infinity. When we are adding infinity to any value, we will get infinity alone. So infinity into what is g of s, 1 by 2. When we multiplying, we will get infinity. Okay, so all this Kp value we have find out. Now what we need to do to find out ESS, steady state error, is nothing but 1 by 1 plus Kp. See, fourth option is infinity, na, substitute that only, we will get 1 by 1 plus infinity, adding with that we will get infinity only. So anything divided by infinity, obviously we will get 0. So for fourth option it is 0. So this will be a minimum steady state error. For rest of the option, we will have some constant value that is only greater than 2, greater than 0 only, it will not get 0. Okay, so option D only gives the minimum steady state error. Then in the system shown below, x of t equal to sin t u of t, in steady state the response y of t will be, x of t is given y of t. So we are going to find out y of steady state, the response of y of t in steady state. Okay, we'll find out how. So x of t 1 by, this is given in the problem, so y of t we need to find out. So see, x of t value is given as sin t u of t. So in general sin omega t, right? What is omega here? Omega equal to 1 radians per hair. At omega value is 1, we are going to find out magnitude and phase of this one. Okay, just substitute, this is h of t. Okay, x of t, h of, just substitute s equal to j omega in that, 1 by j omega plus 1. Find out magnitude here. Magnitude is nothing but square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So omega square plus 1, what we will get, substitute omega equal to 1. From that sin t now, so omega value is 1, just substitute what we will get, 1 by root 2. Then angle, find out from this. So it is in the denominator. How can we find out angle? We should know how to find out the magnitude and phase angle value. Okay, then angle is nothing but tan inverse of imaginary part divided by real part in general. So this is in the denominator, so minus tan inverse of imaginary part is coefficient of j omega divided by real part 1. So minus tan inverse of omega. Okay, this is equal to minus tan inverse of omega. So now substitute omega value as 1 here. So minus tan inverse of 1. Tan inverse of 1 is nothing but 45 degree minus pi by 4. So this is the angle. So magnitude 1 by root 2 and phase angle minus pi by 4. So obviously what is that? So y of t is a sine value. It is given into the some system. What we will get? We will get y of t with some phase angle. So magnitude 1 by root 2 sin t This is angle minus pi by 4. Okay, so this is the response y of t for the given function. Just find out magnitude and phase value for this. Then substitute. X of t is sin omega t. So magnitude 1 by root 2, angle minus pi by 4. So y of t is equal to 1 by root 2 sin of t minus pi by 4. So then move on to the next problem. So for the asymptotic Bode magnitude plot shown below, the system transfer function can be. So Bode plot is given, from that we need to find out the transfer function of the system. So in what is the general, so this is the Bode plot given. So we will find out one by one. Okay, this is in starting 0. If it is rising means there is 1, 0, right? 1 0 present at this one, because we'll see how to find out. First we'll see the general equation for the transfer function. What is the general equation? K into 1 plus s by z1 into 1 plus s by z2, etc. This is refer to pole zeros. This is p for poles. Then 1 by s plus p1, 1 by s plus p2, etc. What is a k? K is nothing but a open loop gain of a transfer function where at s is equal to 0. At s is equal to 0, we need to find out the k value. At s is equal to 0, what is the k? We are going to find out. So, k value is nothing but gain of transfer function where s equal to 0. S is nothing but what is s? J omega. S is 0 means obviously omega equal to 0. So, at omega equal to 0, this is omega. We need to find out the k value. At omega equal to 0, k should be, k is given in dB. So we need some decimal value, normal value. Okay, it is given in the graph, it is given as decibel value. We need to find out the normal value. So k is equal to 0 dB at omega equal to 0, right? See, at omega equal to 0, what is the k value ma? At omega equal to 0, k is also 0 only, okay, 0 dB. This is not 0 actually, 0.001, okay, at 0.001 this value is 0 dB. So 0.001 is approximately equal to 0 only, okay, will not much impact, okay. Then k dB, k in dB, k equal to 0 dB. So k in dB can be represented 20 log k. So 0 dB, 0 dB equal to 20 log k. As I told earlier, we need to find out the normal value. Decibel value we need to convert into normal. So 0 dB na, this is in decibels. So 0 can be converted 20 log k is equal to 0. So log k is equal to 0 by 20, 0 only. Then what is k? It will go by 10 power 0. When logarithm go to log k equal to 0 means when it go to that side, how it will go? 10 power this right hand side term. So 10 power 0, anything power 0 we will get 1 only. So k value is nothing but 1. So we find out k value, then zeros and pole location we need to find out, then substitute in that formula, okay. So I am just drawn the given Bode plot here. So see, so we need to find out the pole and zeros, okay. This is means one, so see points, how many decades it go? See, 0.1 to 1, 1 decade, right? Decade means 10 points. 0.1 to 1 we have 10 points. Then 1 to 10 again 10 points. So 20 points. 20 points means 2 decades. 2 decades means what we will give, say plus 20 dB per decade, okay. 0.1 to 1 we are getting 10 points, again 0.1 to 10 points, 2 decades. So there is a rising slope, 0 to positive. 0 to positive means 0 present at, there is a 0. Rising slope means plus 20 dB decade represents plus 20 dB means 1 0. 1 0 is present. Minus 20 dB means 1 pole is present, right? So plus 40 dB means 2 zeros plus 60 dB means when it goes multiples of 2 we can say it is a 0. Whenever positive sign comes it represents the 0 location. Then minus 20 dB represents pole location. So at omega equal to 0.1 radians per second plus 20 dB per decade. So it is a rising one plus 20 dB 0 present at omega equal to 0.1 radians per second. Again this is 0. It will here 0 to rising 0 to rising plus 20 dB per decade plus 20 dB it is rising 0 to increasing somewhere. So it is 2 decades plus 20 dB per decade. So it is like 1 pole plus 20 means 1 0 present. Then again 0 dB. When it is 0 dB, it becomes 0 dB means there should be 1 pole. When it will become 0, see, plus 20 becomes 0 when it will become 0 minus 20. Okay, so there will be 1 pole. Plus 20 minus 20 dB per decade means there will be 1 pole. Then only it will become 0 now. So minus 20 dB per decade. At omega equal to 10 radians per there is a 1 pole present. Can you understand guys? From 0 to plus raising na. So plus 20 dB per decade plus 20 represents 0. So 0 present at 0.1. Then poles present at 10. So it will become 0 na. It is become 0. So when it will become 0 dB per decade where there should be 1 pole, right, minus 20 dB per decade, then only it will become 0. So we can assume there is a 1 pole present at omega equal to 10 radians. So k into 1 plus s by z1 1 0 1 pole. So for 1 0 and 1 pole this is the formula, k into 1 by s plus z1 plus 1 by s plus p1. So k is nothing but value 1 plus z1. Z1 means at 0 present at omega value only we should write 0.1. Pole present at omega equal to 10. So substituting what will get s plus 0.1 can be written as 10s, s plus s by 10 by 0.1s. So transfer function 1 plus 10s by 1 plus 0.1s. So option A is the right option. Okay. Then the open loop function of a unity gain feedback control system is given by g of s is equal to k into s plus 1 into s plus 2. The gain margin of the system in dB is given by. So what is given? The open loop function of a unity gain feedback is given. Oh, this is open loop function, feedback is unity. Gain margin we need to find out. So what is the formula for gain margin? Gain margin formula. So g of s is the given transfer function, h of s is set as unity feedback. So gain margin is equal to 1 by magnitude of gh is equal to omega pc. Omega pc is nothing but phase crossover frequency. When the omega becomes omega pc, phase crossover frequency is nothing but when the angle of the gh will be equal to 180 degree, then omega is equal to omega pc. First we need to find out the magnitude and the angle. We'll see one by one. So magnitude for gh is nothing but, so g into h multiply by this one, the same term k by, just substitute s equal to j omega. So j omega plus 1 into j omega plus 2. So magnitude of gh is equal to k divided by square root of omega square plus 1 square root of omega square plus 4. So angle is nothing but, so it is in the denominator. So we need to put minus sign before that. Minus tan inverse of imaginary by real, omega by 1. Here minus tan inverse omega by 2. So this is the magnitude value and phase value. Well, we are going to substitute for different omega values. We need to find out the magnitude and phase value. Okay, see. So this is the magnitude, this is the angle omega. So when omega equal to 0, in that magnitude. Omega equal to 0 means what we will get? K, this will get to 0 means 0 plus 1 only, so we can neglect this term. So 0 plus 4, so square root of 4 we will get 2. So when omega equal to 0, magnitude is K by 2. Then angle omega equal to 0, 0, 0, when we will get tan inverse of 0, what we will get? 0 only. Okay, both are 0, 0 minus 0, 0 only. So angle is 0 degree. Then substitute omega equal to 1. Then find out magnitude. So K by 1 plus 1 root 2. Here 1 plus 4 root 5. Root 2 into root 5 root 10. So K by root 10. Then find out angle at omega equal to 1 here. So before that, okay, see here, angle is 1. Substitute tan inverse of 1, what we will get? Minus pi by 4, right? Again tan inverse of 1 by 2. So tan inverse of 1 by 2 value without using calculator we cannot find out. So when we substitute we will get 2656. By simplifying we will get this degree. Okay, then omega equal to 2, we are getting this value. Then substitute omega equal to infinity. 0 to infinity we will substitute different values. In between 0 to infinity we will substitute 2 or 3 values. Okay, because why we are doing? Because at angle reaches 180 minus 180 degree angle is here minus 180 degree, the omega value we can take it as omega PC. Just that omega PC value substitute here and solve. We'll see one by one. So when it will come minus 180 degree we will solve. So now we are going to substitute 0 to infinity, we are substituting random values. Now we will substitute infinity in magnitude. When we substituting infinity, what we will get? Here K divided by, in place of omega only we are going to substitute infinity now. So anything divided by infinity we will get 0. So magnitude value obviously is 0. Then phase angle value we will see. Tan inverse of infinity, what we will get? What is the value? Here also infinity, here also infinity we will get when we substitute omega equal to infinity. So tan inverse of infinity, what is the value? Minus 90 degree na. Again here also minus 90 degree. So minus 180 degree. See, we are getting minus 180 degree. As I told earlier, what is the gain margin formula? 1 by magnitude of GH at omega equal to omega PC. When omega becomes omega PC, when the angle reaches minus 180 degree, then the omega becomes omega PC is nothing but phase crossover frequency. When the angle is 180 degree at omega equal to infinity. So omega PC value is nothing but infinity. Okay, this is we need to find out. So omega PC equal to infinity. So just substitute omega PC equal to infinity in at magnitude value is GH. So what we will get? We'll see. Here substituting omega PC is equal to infinity in this value at omega. This is the formula, right? 1 by modulus of GH at omega equal to, whenever it is minus 180 degree, what is the omega PC value? Infinity. Substitute in that magnitude, infinity. So whenever substituting K divided by infinity, anything by infinity we will get 0. So modulus of GH, what we will get? Magnitude value is 0. So now substitute in the formula 1 by 0, 1 by 0 infinity. So what is the gain margin? Infinity. For this problem the gain margin value is infinity. Option D is the right option. Then a lead compensator network includes a parallel combination of R and C in the feed forward path. The transfer function of the compensator GC of S is given, the value of RC. So what is given? We'll see again. Lead compensator network includes parallel combination of R and C. So what we need to find out? In feed forward path, transfer function value given, RC value given. So before going to know that, what is the lead compensator transfer function? So it is a one transfer, this is the transfer function of phase lead compensator is nothing but alpha into 1 plus SCR1 divided by 1 plus SCR1 into alpha. So this is the formula of lead compensator transfer function. So we should remember that if how it comes, that only we have derived here. So this is the lead R1, see here R2. So V naught of S divided by, quickly see how it comes. So in exam point of view, there is no way we should remember that transfer function alpha into 1 plus SCR1 divided by 1 plus SCR1 alpha. So we will see quickly how it comes. So V naught of S by V1 of S is nothing but R2 divided by R1. This is in the parallel, R1 and 1 by SC can be represented in S domain as 1 by SC. Okay, these two are parallel and added with this R2. So R2 divided by R1 parallel C plus R2. So solving for this parallel combination R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2, what we will get? So this one, just substitute this value here and then solving all this. Okay, what we will get? R2 divided by 1 plus R, this one. So what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So just substitute alpha here when or we can so alpha divided by 1 plus, by simplifying this, substituting alpha, we will get alpha into 1 plus SCR1 divided by 1 plus SCR1 into alpha. Okay, so for that what we need to do, 1 by R divide by R1 plus R2 in both numerator term and denominator term we can solve this. Okay, so the given transfer function is S plus 2 divided by S plus 4. We need to find out the RC value. RC value, for that take 2 outside. So we need to we need to rearrange this term as the standard phase lead compensator. So for that we are taking 2 outside. So what we will get? 1 plus S by 2. Then 4 outside, what we will get? 1 by S plus 1 plus S by 4. So by simplifying we will get 1 by 2. So the remaining one. So 1 by 2 into 1 plus S by 2. Again 1 plus, so 1 by 2 will be in the numerator, right? 1 by 2 into 1 plus S by 2. What is in the denominator? 1 plus, this S is common. What is remaining? 1 by 4. This 1 by 4 can be rewritten as 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. For that we need RC value now. So we are rearranging this term according to this transfer function. Okay, the given transfer function is rearranged with the standard phase lead compensator transfer function. So simple. So now see, this is alpha value. Then 1 plus SCR1 is nothing but 1 plus common. Then SCR1. So what is R1? SCR1 is equal to, what is remaining? So alpha is equal to 1 by 2 from the given one, right? Then 1 plus SCR1 equal to S by 2. SCR1 is equal to S by 2. So what is R1C? R1C is 1 by 2. So RC value is nothing but 1 by 2 only, 1 by 2 or 0.5. Okay. Here also we will see 1 plus, in denominator also we can check 1 plus S into 1 by 2 into 1. So already alpha value is 1 by 2 we know from the numerator. So what is remaining? SC alpha value 1 by 2. Then S is common. Then R1C. See, R1C is, so this S common. Then alpha 1 by 2. What is remaining in the denominator? R1C. R1C value is 1 by 2. Okay, simple. For that we need to know this transfer function of phase lead compensator. Then the transfer function of a first order controller is given as Gc of S is equal to K into S plus A divided by S plus B, where K, A, B are positive real parameters. The condition for this controller to act as phase lead compensator. So transfer function is given. Transfer function of the first order controller is given. So what is the condition to this controller act as a phase lead compensator? We have, what is actually a phase lead compensator? Previously we have seen this is the circuit diagram, R1C, VA, R2, V0. So one more thing, how phase lead compensator means 0 is more nearer to the origin than pole. So this should we need to remember. What is that? This is very important point. For a phase lead compensator, 0 is more nearer to the origin than pole. For a phase lag compensator, pole is more nearer to the origin than 0. See, here we need to find out the condition for the phase lead compensator. For phase lead compensator, what is the condition, ma? 0 is more nearer to the origin than pole. Then obviously modulus of Z should be less than modulus of P only. Na magnitude means there is no positive or negative term, both are same magnitude only. So say it is a -1, it is a -2 or -3 something. So obviously 1 less than 2 only. Na. So these two conditions we should remember. What is a phase lead compensator? 0 is more nearer to the origin than pole. Then what is the condition? Mod Z less than mod P. So from this we need to identify what is the given transfer function K into, so see, this is given GC of S is equal to K into S plus A divided by S plus B. So numerator, so we will plot, now we are going to plot. What is the 0 here? S at minus A. Minus A, say it is a minus A. There is 1 0. Minus B may be before or after. We know what is the value of minus B. Say it is a pole location. Numerator term represents 0, location of 0, denominator represents the location of poles. So at S equal to minus A we will have 1 0. Then at S is equal to minus B we have 1 pole. So it may be, see, A may be greater or B may be greater, that we don't know. But what is the condition to be phase lead compensator? For a phase lead compensator, A less than B. So A, location of A, so magnitude of this we will get A only, minus A less than minus B. So this is the pole location, this is 0 location. So 0 less than pole means A less than B. So A less than B is the right answer. Okay. Then for the system shown in figure, S is equal to minus 2.75 lies on the root locus if K is. So for this system we need to find out the root locus at S is equal to minus 1. So to find out the K value. So see, just assume this is a without feedback we can say it is a open loop transfer. What is a open loop transfer function? If it is not there means 10 into K divided by S into all multiplication. See, what is the open loop transfer function? 10K divided into S plus 3 by S plus 2, right? 10K can be, so we need to find out this K value. Now what is the K value? Here 10K. Okay, we need to find out 10K value. 10K can be written as K dash. In common we can write it K dash divided by into S plus 3 by S plus 2. So what else given? Points is given. S is equal to minus 2.75. We will plot in the root locus. See, S is equal to, so here what is the pole location? This is pole location, minus 2 at S equal to minus 2, 1 pole. Okay, at S equal to minus 3, 1 0. See, this is the root locus diagram. So at S is equal to minus 2.75 we need to find out the K value. So this is the formula. Open loop gain K dash at any point at S equal to SA. SA means at S equal to any point. K dash, how can we find out? Pi I is equal to 1 to n SA plus PI divided by I is equal to 1 to n SA. This is nothing but product of vector length of open loop poles to point A is a product of vector length of open loop zeros to point SA. See, poles divided by zeros. Simple. Open loop gain, how can we find out? Poles location, length of the open loop poles divided by length of open loop zeros. When more than one means one pole is located, we need to use product of open loop poles. Okay. Here also product of open loop. Here only one pole and only one zero. So simply only one we are going to use that. So here how can we find out the length? This is the common point, minus 2 minus 2.75. So 0.75, this is the pole, exact pole location. Then minus 2.75 minus of minus 3. So this is what we will get, 0.25 plus 0.25, right? Yes, it is zeros. So poles divided by zeros, 0.75 by 0.25, what we will get? This is k dash. Actually what is k dash? K dash equal to 10k. K dash equal to 10k. So 3 equal to 10k. What is obviously k? K is equal to 0.3. Okay. Then a unity feedback system is given as g of s is equal to k into 1 minus s by s into s plus 3. Indicate the correct root locus diagram. So unity feedback system is given, g of s value given. From that we need to find out the root locus diagram. So root locus can be used to find out using only the open loop transfer function. So open loop transfer function is given. From the 4 options we need to identify which one is. Okay. So we'll see. I will write the transfer function here. G of s is equal to k into 1 minus s divided by s into s plus 3. We'll see. We'll draw the root locus for the given transfer function. How can we draw? We'll see. So this is the s plane. This is the real axis sigma. This is the imaginary axis. So this is the s plane. So first we'll see at s equal to 0, s equal to 1, 1, 0. At s equal to 0 and s equal to minus 3, there is 2 poles at 0 and minus 3, 1, 0 at s equal to 1. Just locate that. So at s equal to 1, 1 means plus 1. 1 we have 0. 0 can be represented by this symbol. 0 can be represented by this symbol. Poles can be into mark. Okay, this symbol. Then at s is equal to 0, 1 pole is located. Then at s equal to minus 3, 1 pole is located. So this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 0, 2 poles. How many branches? We need to see right of the section. Okay, whenever we will see right of the section. So 1 branch, second branch, third branch. This is up to infinity. This is 1/4 branch. Okay, so we'll see one by one. So whenever we are seeing drawing root locus diagram, we need to take the left half of. So this is left half of S plane, this is right half of S plane. Whenever we see, we need to take only left half of S plane. So that is only stability system. When it is go to right half of S, the system becomes unstable. So whenever we plot root locus diagram, we need to take only left half of S plane. So left half of S plane, see what is the procedure from this? See, so this branch we no need to take it out. From third branch we'll see. From third branch, how can we see? From this branch, see, there is a what is a root locus? Root locus actually starts from, this is very very important, root locus is start from open loop poles and ends with open loop zeros or infinity. If any 0 presents, it end at open loop 0. If no 0 present, it end at infinity. So this is the root locus criteria, root locus. Okay, what is the root locus? Root locus loop, how it start? Open loop zeros and end with open loop root locus starts with open loop poles and ends with open loop zeros or infinity. As I told earlier, if it is any pole 0 is located, it will end at that 0 location. If it is no 0 is available there, then that root locus ends at infinity. So that is the meaning. Then what else we meaning? What else we need to find out when we draw root locus? So left half of S plane only we need to take. Whenever taking, see the right hand side. Whenever seeing right hand option, there is only right of the section, there will be only one pole. So that should be odd number only. When it is even number, we should there is no root locus in between. Okay, only odd number only it will be root locus available. Okay, see right hand side of this, there is only one pole now. So there is root locus available between these two poles. Can you understand? Hey, whenever we see left half of S plane only we need to see. When seeing this, see the right hand side. Right hand side, what is that? Only one pole is located. So there is a root locus between these two. When seeing this fourth branch, from fourth branch, see the right hand side, there is two poles is located. So right hand side section should be the odd number only. Odd number only there is root locus is present. Okay, if it is a even number, there is no root locus present. So see, there is even number, two poles na, so even number 2 is a even number, so there is no root locus between this and up to infinity, there is no root locus. Okay, if it is odd number only, there is a root locus between these two. So whenever root locus located between two poles, it is known as breakaway point. Whenever it is between open loop zeros, it is known as break-in point. So the root locus breakaway point is nothing but this will go up to here and here. When it will end up to infinity like this. Okay, root locus branch starts from this. Okay, whenever two open loop poles, there is a root locus, means this point is known as breakaway point. So root locus will go this direction and ends with infinity. So this is the diagram. So which one? Here, see. This one only. Two poles, it will go like this and ends. Okay, beyond infinity. Beyond that zero location. Okay, option C is the right option. Then a ramp input applied to an unity feedback system results in 5% steady state error. Sorry. The type number and zero frequency gain of the system are respectively. So what is given? Ramp input and steady state error value is 5%. So we need to find out the type number and zero frequency gain. So what is a type number actually? Number of poles at the origin. So for ramp input, how many number of poles at the origin? So see, we will have one tabular column. We should remember or mug up this. Okay. Type of system 0, 1, 2. Error coefficient Kp, Kv, Ka. Positional error, velocity error, acceleration error coefficient. This is the steady state error. What is the input? This is type of system. This is the given input. Step input, ramp input, parabolic input. So for this problem, what is given? Ramp input. So what is the ramp input? What is the type number? Type number is 1. For ramp input, type number is 1. Then what else we need to find out? Steady state error given, zero frequency gain is asked. So steady state error is given. For a ramp input, what is the steady state error? This one, A by Kv. So A by Kv is equal to 5% means 5 by 100, right? A by Kv. Kv is nothing but limit S tends to 0, S into G of S. This is the formula for Kv. So zero frequency gain means at f is equal to 0. F is equal to 0 means obviously 2 pi f is equal to 0 only we will get. Then omega equal to 0. Omega means j omega also we will get 0. S equal to 0. So zero frequency gain, which means S equal to 0. Now actually at S equal to 0, zero frequency gain, which means that steady state velocity error coefficient Kv only represents the zero frequency gain for ramp input. So Kv, what is a Kv? Kv in general, limit S tends to 0, S into G of S, H of S. Now we no need the formula. So type number we need to find out, right? Type number is 1 for ramp input. For ramp input, what is the type number? 1. Okay, then this is for type number unit step. This is for unit ramp input. This is for parabolic input. This is the type number. So unit step input type number is 0. For ramp it is 1. parabolic, it is true. So actually what is type of the system? Number of poles at the origin. For ramp input, what is the type? Type number is 1. Now we are going to zero frequency gain. Zero frequency gain is nothing but kV. So kV only we need to find out. What is the kV? kV, how can we find out? Steady state error formula is nothing but A by kV. Whenever A is not given, we can take it as 1 only. Okay, 1 by kV. So ESS equal to A by kV. A value is not given, we can take it as a 1. ESS equal to 1 by kV. So what is mentioned? A is, it is a unit ramp input only, na? So we can take A value as 1. As I told earlier, ESS becomes 1 by kV here. So ESS value given 5% rho. 5%, how can we write? 5 by 100. So 1 by 5 by 100. 5 by 100 in general 1 by 20. So 1 by 20 kV value is 20. So this is the zero frequency gain. kV is equal to 20. What is the type number? 1. So option 1 and 20 is the right option. Then a system has poles at 0.01 Hz, 1 Hz and 80 Hz, zeros at 5 Hz, 100 Hz and 200 Hz. The approximate phase of the system response at 20 Hz is. So here there is no transfer function in given, instead of there is given poles and zeros location at omega equal to, or f is equal to given in hertz given, na. So in general, what is the transfer function? This is for example. See, for example, it is a transfer function, means for any transfer function not related to this problem. If it is any transfer s plus 2, s plus 5, s plus 10, means s is nothing but 10 refers to omega value. Okay, s equal to j omega, where omega equal to radians per second. In general, omega is given. Now in the problem there is given as frequency. This is angular frequency, this is a normal frequency. Frequency in hertz. Very simple. So we can write it as, instead of s plus something, we can write it as jf plus. Okay, s equal to j omega can be written as jf. In this problem they are given as frequency at hertz, now. So jf plus what is poles location? So see, I will write here zeros at 5, 100 and 200, right? So these will come in the numerator. What is poles? Poles is 0.01, 1 and 80. Okay, so just write jf plus 5, 0 will be in the numerator, then jf plus 100, then jf plus 200. In denominator, jf plus, this is poles p, 0.01, jf plus 1 and jf plus 80. So this is the transfer function. Now we form the transfer function in the given statement. Now what else we need to find out? Approximate phase of the system response at 20 Hz. Phase of the system at 20 Hz we need to find out. So how can we find out the angle of this? Tan inverse of imaginary by real. F by 5 plus tan inverse of f by 100 plus tan inverse of f by 200. So minus tan inverse of f by 0.0. So this is in the denominator, we should put minus sign before. Again minus tan inverse of f by 1 minus tan inverse of f by 80. Now at 20 Hz we need to find out. 20 Hz means at f equal to 20. Just substitute f equal to 20. Okay. Just substitute f equal to 20 in all that and then simplify. Using calculator only we will able to find out. Approximately we are getting phase as minus 90 degrees. So this is the procedure to find out. So it is given in the statement. We need to form the transfer function first. From that we can find out the angle at f equal to 20 Hz. See, we'll move on to the next problem. A system is described by the differential equation d squared y by dt square plus y dy by dt plus 6 y of t is equal to x of t. Let x of t be a rectangular pulse given by x of t. X of t value is given as this value, and assuming y of 0 equal to 0 and dy by dt equal to 0 or t equal to 0, the Laplace transform of y of t we need to find out. The Laplace transform of y of t we need to find out. See, What is given? Simply we need to find out y of t. In the differential equation given, input given, will solve. So 4 different options are given. Now we will write the differential equation given in the problem. Then what is given? X of t given as rectangular pulse. See, this x of t is a rectangular pulse and the limit also given. X of t is equal to 1 at 0 to 2. 0 otherwise. Okay, so it is a rectangular pulse and the initial conditions given at t equal to 0, these two values is 0. We need to find out Laplace transform of y of t. This is given in the problem. First we'll read the problem thoroughly, then write down the values given in given one by one, then we'll solve. Okay, so x of t is a rectangular pulse. How can we transfer this as unit step function for our simplification? So what is u of t actually? U of t is equal to 1 for t greater than 0 and 0 otherwise. So this is u of t. So u of t value. Then u of t minus 2 is nothing but u of t minus 2 1 for t greater than 2, 0 otherwise. So it will some delay at t equal to 2, it will start go up to infinity. Okay, so see, when we subtracting this with this, what we will get? U of t minus u of t minus 2, we will get x of t now. When we subtracting this one with this, what we will get? This rectangular pulse we can get now. So x of t can be written as u of t minus u of t minus 2. So first take Laplace transform of this, what we will get? X of s, u of t 1 by s, u of t minus 2, some delay, so e power minus 2s divided by s. So this is x of s. Then for this differential equation we are going to take Laplace transform. So in that x of s, take 1 by s common, 1 minus e power minus 2s into 1 by s. So this is the differential equation given. Take Laplace transform, s squared into y of s minus s into, so we have solved many problems in Laplace transform and its properties. So if you haven't seen those videos, kindly check with the playlist under engineering mathematics, where we solved from the basics and solved all problems related to the properties. Whenever we are strong in Laplace transform and its properties, then only we will be able to solve control system problems. Okay, so differentiation property, s squared into y of s minus s into y of 0 minus y dot of 0 is nothing but dy by dt. Okay, at t equal to 0. Then 5 into s into y of s minus y of 0, 5 is in the common, plus 6 into y of s is equal to x of s. So in the problem itself given y of 0 and y dot of 0 is equal to 0. Y dot of 0 is nothing but dy by dt. So both are 0. So these and these are 0 only. So what is remaining? S squared into y of s plus 5 y of s plus 6 y of s is equal to x of s. Take y of s common, s squared plus 5s plus 6 is equal to 1 by s into 1 minus e power minus 2s. So y of s value what we will get? 1 minus e power minus 2s s into s squared plus 5s plus 6. So this is y of s value. So this is the answer. Actually what we need to find out, Laplace transform of y of t is nothing but y of s only. So this is the option, 1 minus e power minus 2s divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 3. So in denominator, s squared plus 5s plus 6 can be written as s plus 2 into s plus 3 factors. Okay, then the transfer function of a compensator is given as gc of s is equal to s plus a into s plus b divided by s plus b. Gc of s is a lead compensator. If so, what is given? Two questions are asked. One is, if it is lead compensator, what is the a value and b value? Then the phase of the above lead compensator is maximum at, we need to find out maximum phase angle. For first still, what is the lead compensator? As I told earlier, lead compensator is, what is that? 0 location is more nearer to the origin than pole, right? So what is P? Obviously P greater than Z. So pole should be greater than Z only. Magnitude of pole is greater than Z only, na? Say it is a -1 or it is -3 or somewhere. This is the greater one. So this is the transfer function given in the problem. So for that, what B should be greater than A. So see, B value is greater than A from the given options. So here B value is 2, A value 1. So B is greater than, let's see some other options. So here B should be greater value. So this will not come, right? Here B magnitude of this. So magnitude of this, what we will get? 1, 3. We can take 1 and 3 only. So 1 is lesser. This is also wrong. B value should be greater than. In that B value is lesser only. So option A is the right option. Then what is the next question? The phase of the above lead compensator is maximum. When the phase of the above lead compensator is maximum, how can we find out? We'll see. So first, angle of maximum phase angle represents d by d omega at angle of gc of j omega equal to 0. First find out gc of j omega. Substitute s equal to j omega here. So then find out phase angle. So tan inverse of omega by 1 minus tan inverse of omega by 2. So what we will get? Tan inverse of omega by tan inverse of omega by 2. Phase angle at maximum, when it reaches maximum, d by d omega at angle gc of j omega equal to 0. So differentiate with respect to d omega, what we will get? Tan inverse of omega minus tan inverse of omega by 2 equal to 0. So differentiating, what we will get? Tan inverse of x 1 by 1 plus x square, na? So similarly minus tan inverse of omega 2 1 by 1 plus omega by 2 the whole square. In place of omega we are having omega by 2. Again differentiating, what we will get? Omega by 2, differentiation of omega by 2, we will get 1 by 2, right? D omega by d omega 1, so remaining 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 in the multiplication equal to 0. Then 1 by 2 here, expand, keep this term as it is. Then omega squared plus 4 equal to 1 equal to 0. So then we will go to the right hand side and simplify, what we will get? So omega squared plus 4 here cross multiply, here omega squared plus 1 into 1 by 2. Again omega squared plus 4 1, omega squared plus 1 by 2. So constant one side and omega one side. By simplifying, we will get omega value as root 2 radians per second. So in that formula, we need to know d by d omega of angle this is equal to 0. Then phase angle at maximum. Okay. Then move on to the next problem. The unit impulse response of a system f of t is equal to e power minus t, where t greater than or equal to 0. For this system, the steady state value of the output for unit step input is equal to. So what is given? Steady state value of the output we need to find out. Input is unit step input and impulse response is given f of t. So see, this is the unit impulse response. So we will see. So u of t is input, h of t. See, unit input is given. So this is the input, h of t is unit impulse is e power minus t. So output f of t we need to find out. So in this t domain, it is f of t is nothing but a convolution of these two, u of t convolution h of t. In S domain, it's just a multiplication, h of s into u of s. So what is h of t is given as e power minus t, right? So what is h of s? 1 by s plus 1. U of t is equal to 1. What is the Laplace transform of that? 1 by s. So f of s is 1 by s into s plus 1. So what we need to find out actually? Steady state value of the output. So steady state value of the output means steady state value which means that final value theorem of Laplace transform. Steady state means final value. Final value theorem. What is the final value theorem? Limit t tends to infinity, f of t is equal to limit s tends to 0, s into f of s. So limit s tends to 0, s into what is f of s? This one. So this and this get cancelled. Substitute s equal to 0 here. So 1 by 1, obviously 1. So what is the steady state value of the output is nothing but 1. Then group 1 gives two possible choices for the impedance Z in the diagram. The circuit elements in Z satisfy the condition R2 C2 greater than R1 C1. The transfer function V0 by Vi represents a kind of controller match the impedances in group 1 with the types of controller in group 2. So see, we need to match with group 1 with group 2. See, before that we are going to see. So this is V1 of V0 of S by Va of S, how the PI controller, PD proportional integrator, proportional differentiation controller, proportional integration differentiate controller, PID lag compensator, lead compensator. So this is the general Z1 of S and Z2 of S, and then transfer function of this. If you want it, you can take this as a screenshot. Then what is given? Z1 of S given, and Z1 of S is nothing but R1 parallel with C1. Z2 of S given, okay, R2 C2 greater than R1. This condition is very important. See, this is parallel means whether it is lag, lead or PID controller. Then Z2 R2 C2 greater than R1 C1 means it is a lag compensator, where R1 the same thing only for these two, condition only changing, where R1 C1 greater than R2 C2 means it is lead compensator. As I told earlier, for lead compensator 0 is more nearer to the origin than pole. For lag compensator, pole is more near to the origin than 0. So this is the condition, mod P less than mod Z for this lead, mod Z less than P. So R2 greater than C2 or greater than R1 C1 represents lag compensator. So for the parallel combination, it is lag compensator. So R represents 3. What is Q? R2 C2. So we need to identify R2 C2. It is in the series combination, right? So R2 C2. So Z2 only we are going to find out here. Z1 value given. In that Z1 is given, Z2 only we are going to find out. If it is Z2 is R2 C2, what is given? Z2 this. R2 series with this PID controller. If it is Z2 is R2 C2 in parallel means we have two combination, lag as well lead. For that, how can we identify? From the condition given in the problem. Here R2 C2 greater than R1 C1. So from the condition given in there, it is lag compensator. For this it is lag. If it is R2 series with C2 represents PID controller. So Q represents the PID 1, where R represents the 3 lag compensator. So condition only changing for lead and lag. Okay. Then move on to the next problem. I think this is the final problem in this control system lecture. A system with transfer function g of s is equal to s square plus 9 s plus 2 divided by some transfer function is given, is excited by sin omega t. Input is, excitation means input, response means output. Input can be otherwise we can say it as a excitation or excited. Output can be, we can say it as a response also. So the steady state output of the system is 0 at omega equal, when the steady state output of the system is 0 at omega equal. So we are going to find out. So this is the system. So whenever input is excited, g of s is given. We are, this is input, this is g of s, this is output. So input is what is given, sin omega t, RT sin omega t. So sin omega t is a one finite value. So one finite sin function. So what is y of s? The steady state output of the system is 0. So output of the system y of s is 0 at omega equal to which value? So y of s should be 0 at what value of omega the y of s becomes 0? What that need to find out. So y of s is 0 means what else we know? So y of s is equal to 0. At y of s is equal to 0 only we need to find out. Y of s, what is that? R of s into g of s, right? So R of s is equal to what is given, R of t sin omega t. So it is one finite value, finite sine function. So this should not be equal to 0. This is not equal to 0. So R of s is not equal to 0 means how it y of s becomes 0. Either this one becomes 0 or this one will be 0. So if it is not equal to 0 means obviously g of s should be equal to 0. So very simple, equate g of s is equal to 0. Find out the magnitude of g of s. Just substitute s equal to j omega, then find out the magnitude and equate to 0, then find out the omega value. Okay. So from that we can know. I am saying again, steady state output of the system is 0 at omega value we need to find out. Output is 0 means whether R of s should be 0 or g of s should be 0. R of s is a sin omega value, sine value. So this should not be 0, this is a finite value. So obviously g of s is equal to 0. So find out magnitude equal to 0. So y of s is, since R of s is not equal to 0, y of s is equal to 0 only if magnitude of g of s equal to 0. So g of s. So g of s value I am writing here from the problem, s squared plus 9, s plus 2, s plus 1 into s plus 3 into s plus 4. Okay, this is g of s. This should be equal to 0. So first find out the g s, substitute g of j omega. When substituting j omega, what we will get, ma? J squared omega squared. J squared is minus 1. So simply minus omega squared plus 9. Here substitute s equal to j omega. J omega plus 2, j omega plus 1, j omega plus 3, j omega plus 4. Okay, so find out magnitude and then equate to 0. So find out magnitude. Magnitude, this is simply, there is no real and imaginary term. So minus omega squared plus 9. So for this, how can we find out magnitude? As I told earlier, we should know how to find out the magnitude and phase value from the given transfer function. This is very, very important. Okay. Magnitude is nothing but square root of real part squared plus imaginary part squared. Omega squared plus 4. Here also omega squared plus 1. Here square root of omega squared plus 9. Here omega squared plus 16 equal to 0. See, whenever it will multiply by this will go to 0. So this term and this term equal to 0. So these two terms, from these two terms we need to identify which term will be 0. See, at even if omega equal to 0 itself, we will have finite value for this one, right? See, if it is omega equal to 0 means without omega also with square root of 4 is equal to 2. We will have some finite value. For all values of omega, this we cannot sure. Okay. This is for all values of omega, this value should be finite value. So this will not be equal to 0 because this will have a finite value for all values of omega. Even if omega equal to 0, we will get square root of 4 is equal to 2 only. So obviously which value becomes 0? For only specific value only, this term will be 0, right? This term will not be 0. For any values of omega, it will have some finite value, so we should not equate this term equal to 0. Can you get me, guys? Okay. For only a specific value of omega, this term may be 0, right? If omega equal to 3, this term equal to 0 only. Okay. 3 means what we will get? 3 squared 9 minus 9 plus 9, this term will get 0. For this term will not get equal to 0 because all values of omega, if it is omega equal to 0 only, we will have some finite value. So this is a finite value that should not be equal to 0. So for a specific value, it will become 0. So equating this term equal to 0, what we will get? Obviously omega equal to 3 radians per second. So steady state output of the system is 0 at omega equal to 3 radians per second. Okay, thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and then click on the bell icon also, guys. Then only you will receive notification whenever we upload videos. Thanks for watching.